There are 3 new confirmed cases of Covid-19 in New Zealand, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 11, along with 2 probable cases. The Director General of Health, Ashley Bloomfield, says the infected people have all recently returned from overseas. 2 of the cases are in Wellington, a father in his 70s and his son in his 30s, who have recently returned from the United States and are now in self-isolation.
The man in his 30s became unwell on the flight, and his father became unwell the day after they arrived in New Zealand. Neither of these men require hospital care and are both recovering at home. They travelled on American Airlines flight AA83 from Los Angeles to Auckland, arriving in on Saturday the 14th of March. The relevant seats they were in on that flight are seats 4A and 10H. They then travelled to Wellington on Air New Zealand flight NZ419 that same day, and they were in seat numbers 1B and 1C.
Ashley Bloomfield says close contacts of the 2 men are being or have already been contacted. The 3rd case is a Dunedin man in his 40s who has recently returned from Germany. The positive test result came through this morning. He started showing symptoms 5 days after his return. He's in self-isolation with 2 family members who also have symptoms. They're also being tested. One of them is a student at Logan Park High School.
The school is working with both education staff and public health officials. Obviously, we are all very interested to see the outcome of that test, because the action that the school takes next will depend on the outcome. Our advice to the school is that if the test result is positive, the school is closed for the next 48 hours while close contacts are traced and put into self-isolation, and all casual contacts, staff and students, are given information about what to do if they become unwell. The school would be carefully cleaned before reopening. This is the approach that has been taken in other jurisdictions, in particular Australia.
Ashley Bloomfield says New Zealand can expect more sporadic cases of Covid-19, especially as the number of cases internationally continues to rise. But he stressed that all of the cases to date have been associated with overseas travel. Dr Bloomfield says both Healthline and the Government Call Centre were under extreme pressure yesterday, with 7 times the usual number of calls. He acknowledges that some people have had to wait a long time for help or their calls were dropped, and says there is now an online process for registering for self-isolation. Phone capacity is being increased and more nurses and trained staff are being brought in.